Good morning everyone. This is teacher Sidra from the Wave Private School. Today our topic is designing a thermometer. This is grade 9 physics and chapter number 10. You will find this topic in the course book page 135 and 136. In this topic we have some objectives. First of all, we will see the sensitivity, range and linearity of thermometer. After that, structure of thermocouple and then working of thermocouples. These are the objectives of today's lecture. Now let's start our topic, that is designing a thermometer. Mercury in glass thermometers are used in different situations. In the last video 3, we have discussed that how thermometer is arranged and the liquid is mercury in glass thermometers. So we can say that here we will see that they are attractive for number of reasons. They are attractive due to its linearity, due to its sensitivity and its range. So one by one we will see these properties. First of all, linearity. It is the property in a thermometer defined as the same distance between all degree intervals. Mercury expands at a steady rate as it is heated. This means that marks on the scale are evenly spaced. We say that scale is linear. As you can see here, this is thermometer, where this side of the thermometer is shown a bulb, glass bulb, and this is a capillary tube of thermometer. This blue area shows the liquid of the mercury. So we can say that if it is heated, then liquid expands at a steady rate. It means that they are evenly spaced. These marks are evenly spaced, that they are at equal distance from each other. So we can say that scale is linear because the marks on the scale are evenly distributed at equal distance. So due to this, thermometer is attractive. Second is sensitivity. It is the property in a thermometer defined as the change in property, that is length, volume, etc. per unit degree. Thermometers are made very sensitive by making the tube up which mercury expands very narrow. Then a small change in temperature will push the mercury a long way up to the tube. So when we want to change the temperature, then we will see that there is small change in temperature will push the mercury into a long way. If small changes in temperature will happen, then the mercury change in a long way and will go up in the tube. So we can say that this is a good point for this glass thermometer or mercury thermometer. And the third point is range. What is the range? It is the property in a thermometer defined as the lowest temperature measured to the highest temperature. It means that there is a difference between two temperatures, lowest temperature and between the highest temperature. Mercury thermometers can have wide range because mercury is liquid between minus 39 degree centigrade and plus 350 degree centigrade. So these are the ranges for mercury thermometers. Now let's move and see that what is the problem in mercury thermometer. There is one problem with mercury thermometer, that they have to read by eye. The large sensitivity range and linearity are attractive for mercury thermometers, but problem is that we have to read it by eye. So alternative is electronic thermometer. Some of these are based on thermistors. And what is thermistor? Thermistor is a resistance thermometer, or a resistor whose resistance is dependent on temperature. Its resistance dependent on temperature. Its resistance changes by a large amount over a narrow temperature range. As you can see here, the graph is between temperature and resistance. Temperature is on x-axis and the resistance is on y-axis. And we can see that there is small change in temperature. If we see the difference between 20 and 40 degrees centigrade, then the difference in resistance is very large. Here, if at 20 degrees centigrade, 10 degrees centigrade, the resistance is at 1000. But if we go to the 40 degrees centigrade, just 30 degrees centigrade changes, then its resistance will go to the 800. So we can say that if we increase a small change in temperature, then the resistance change is very large. From graph we see the following, that resistance of thermistor changes in a non-linear way. So we can say that one thing is increasing smaller and temperature increases very smaller way, but the resistance increases very large amount. So we can say that thermistor changes in a non-linear way. Means one thing is increasing and the other, one thing is small increase and the other thing is very large increase. They are not on equal proportions. So we can say that this is non-linear way. Their behavior is non-linear. This is not a straight line where one thing increases and second thing increases on equal rates. So this type of graph is a non-linear graph. The range of such thermometers will be narrow. So range will be narrow because the resistance only changes over a narrow range of temperature. As temperature is narrow but resistance is very large. So we can say that this is the principle of thermistor. Thermocouple. This is the second alternative is thermocouples. First is glass thermometer and alternatives are two. First is thermistor and the second is thermocouple. And what is thermocouple? It is a device that gives an output voltage that depends on the temperature. This device gives us the output voltage that depends on temperature. A thermocouple consists of two different types of wires attached together. When the joint between the two wires is heated, a potential difference is created between the two wires. To understand this thing, just focus on this picture. Thermocouples are made from two different wires of different metals. As you can see here, there are two metals. This is metal X and this wire is used for metal Y. These are two different metals. Both ends of metal X are connected to the metal Y. So we can say that this is based on two junctions. This point will become the one junction and this point, the other end of the metal X, is become the second junction of the wire. There is two junctions. So one junction is placed at the melting ice, or we can say that at 0 degrees centigrade, while the other is placed at the flame. Here whose temperature is to be measured. Then what happened? It shows the reading on the voltmeter. It shows the reading on thermometer, on the voltmeter. So what we will see, if the greater voltage produced, it means bigger the difference in temperatures between two junctions. So we can say that if voltage produced is greater, then the difference in temperature is bigger. So we can get the output voltage that depends on the temperature. This is how thermocouple works. And this picture is for thermocouple where two junctions are shown. This is one and this is second. So how thermocouple works in this way. Many electronic thermometers make use of thermocouple like this. The junction of thermocouple is very small so that they are powerful and they do not absorb much energy from the material whose temperature they are measuring. Some combinations of metals give bigger voltage than others, so it is important to choose them carefully. This is thermometer thermocouple, whose temperature is we have to measure carefully. Thermocouples can be used to measure high temperatures. Because they are small, they can heat up and cool down quickly. So they are useful for measuring rapidly varying temperatures. Applications. Thermocouples are used in many gas ovens and heaters that have a pilot flame that burns continuously. One junction is positioned in the flame, giving a voltage of about 20 millivolt. This is the circuit that we are mostly using in ovens and heaters, where one junction is placed on a flame, giving a voltage of about 20 millivolt. If the pilot flame goes out the voltage, then voltage drops and an electric circuit turns off the gas supply to the burners and the pilot flame. If this gas flame will go off, then voltage will drop. This is millivolts where we find the voltage. This millivolt is used for voltage measurement. So if pilot flame will go off, then voltage will drop and an electric circuit turns off the gas supply and the pilot flame. So in this way it works in ovens and heaters. So this is the end of our topic, that is measuring a thermometer. So today we have discussed about the sensitivity, range and linearity of thermometer and thermistors and thermocouples that are alternatives of thermometers and its application. This is the end of our lecture. Thank you.